If you have a son or you're scared of being hit by the baseball, then this video is for you, because today I'm going to share with you how to get over the fear of being hit by a baseball. And the player you see on screen is a player that's in my online coaching program, and I'm going to use him as an example. So if we look right here to the left, let me pull this back a little bit. But if you look over here to the left, you'll see how he'll close his eyes and he's a little scared. As you can tell, he's in a no, yes mentality, and that means that before the pitch is thrown, he's like, no, he's unsure the ball might hit him, and then at the last second he realized the ball is not going to hit him, and then he swings. Okay, and that's the reason why his dad reached out to see if I can help them in getting over the fear. And everything that I'm going to share with you guys is what I shared with them. But you'll see right here, here's a different side of him. And you can see the swing is different, the intent is different, and, you know, he's just a different person. Now, I will say he's in my online coaching program, so I was working with him on his swing and analyzing and helping him and his dad build a better swing. But overall, if you can't get over the fear of being hit by the baseball, then you can't get into the weeds of fixing the swing and building an elite swing. So that's first. So with that said, I'm going to share with you exactly everything that I shared with them. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm former MLB player Jermaine Curtis, and I help players hit the ball harder, farther, and more consistently. And if you want a free swing analysis where I break down your kid's swing, tell you what you need to do to take your game to that next level, that means if you're struggling to be consistent or even hit for power, then I'll give you the steps on what you need to do to get to your goals. Then all you have to do is just click the link below. With that said, let's get into the video. It really comes down to three things when it comes to getting over the fear of being hit by a baseball. It's trust, education, and repetition. So let's go to the first one, which is trust. So how I explained it to his dad was, when I start working with players, the first thing I do is I build trust with them. And the way I do that is, say that he's batting right now, or your son is batting, and you know, we're working together. What I'll do is I'll go about right here where my pointer is, and I'll have soft baseballs, you know, the ones that you buy at the store, and they're very, very soft, so it doesn't hurt them. And I'll get into that, what I mean right now. But I'll get these soft baseballs, and then what I'll do is I'll drop them on the ground, and then I'll tell him to drop his bat. Then what I'll do is say, switch spots with me. So he'll go over here where the baseballs are, and then I'll grab his bat. And then what I'll do is I say, now all you need to do is flip me the ball, but don't flip it over the plate. Flip these balls and hit me. And you know, the kids, they love that. So he's flipping and he's hitting me, right? And the kids just, they're giggling, they're having a blast. And what I'm doing is I'm building that trust with them, right? And this is usually the first time we start working together, is when we're trying to solve this issue. So I'm building trust with them because I'm forcing them, or I wouldn't say force, but I'm allowing them to hit me with baseballs. And so they're giggling, they're laughing. Then I'll tell them to take a step back. So they go a little bit further back, and then they're hitting me with the baseball. Then they go a little further back, and they're hitting me with the baseball. And then they get to a point where they're about a distance where they can throw it. Then I say, hey, throw the baseball at me. And so now they're hitting me with the ball when they're throwing it at me, and they're laughing, they're giggling. If they have brothers or sisters, they're laughing, and everybody's enjoying themselves. But this brings me to the next pillar, or the next key, is that I give them education. And throughout that entire time, what I do is I teach them how to get hit by a pitch. And the way I do that is I tell them, hey, you want to get hit by a pitch here. You want to move in with the baseball so that it deflects off of you. So I'm educating them on how they can protect themselves in the batter's box. And I'm teaching them. And yes, it's all fun because they're giggling and they're having a blast by hitting their coach, or, you know what I mean? But it's all education the whole time I'm doing this. So I build the trust, and then I educate them on how to protect themselves in the batter's box. And then the last one is repetition. Now, what I mean by that is that after, you know, they've thrown the baseball and they've hit me maybe 5 times, right? After that, I switch the roles. So then they go get the bat, and then I get very close to him, as you see the pointer is right here, and then I flip to him, and then I educate them and tell them, hey, what'd you learn? And I'm walking them through the entire process, and they're getting hit with these small balls. And then every time they get hit, I say, hey, did that hurt? And they say, no. Okay. And then I go a little further back and I flip it to them, and it hits them. I says, hey, did that hurt? And they're like, no. And I keep going back to the point of where I'm throwing it and it's hitting them. And then after each one, I'm asking them the same thing. Does it hurt? And they're saying, no. Okay. And so they're getting familiar with this whole process. They're getting familiar with the ball coming at them. And then after that, which probably takes 5 to 6 minutes in the lesson, so it doesn't take too long if it's an hour lesson, then we go into our actual practice where I'm working on the actual fundamentals of what they need to learn to build a good swing so they can hammer the baseball, right? And so this process, if you do it over and over, I would say 2 to 3 times a week, you can really quickly get them over the fear of being hit by a baseball. I mean, the fastest I've ever done it is literally a week, but the longest has been a month. Okay, so I'm not going to say that you could get it done in a week, but I will say if you do this consistently over time, it will fix the issue, and your kid will be able to hammer the baseball and play to their full potential. We have to unlock this as a coach, as a parent. Once we unlock this, then all the other things start to open up to us, just like you see with him right here. I mean, now he's not scared, and even in his games he's hitting balls like this. Again, we have worked on the swing mechanics and helping them build a good swing, but we first had to get over this fear, and we got over that fear, and now we're able to take his game to that next level. With that said, if you're interested in a free swing breakdown where I'll break down your kid's swing and help you to be more consistent, or if you're lacking in power, I'll give you the steps on what you need to do to get there. Link is below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know if this was helpful, and if you try it out, let me know if it's working with your son. With that said, thank you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon.